4, 3, 2. LeBron passes it, and it's a traveling violation on the.
And what's the motherfucking deal, YouTube? This your boy Coach Donte in the building. What you guys? That's my boy Eric, man. I had to put that out there on him, man. But we got some special fucking guests in the building, man. We got Giants, we got Raiders coming to the building, but we got the little Giants in the building. And I also got some protection backstage. I refuse to get double teamed, and I'm not going to get double teamed by these Giants right here. So I'm going to bring up the depressed New York Knicks fan right here. The man that lost a 26-point lead. Was that a 26-point lead last night that you guys lost? I don't know what it was, but hey, boy, Nate Sports Talk. How you doing, Nate?
What's good? Yes.
Nate, you good?
What do you think I am? Not good. What do you think I am?
And we also got his partner, a man that's going to be on his team today, Giants fan. He's a Knicks fan as well. I know he's depressed. He's been depressed all season. If you go to his channel, he's going to show you all the frustration over there. My boy, I care about him so much. I care about all these guys so much that they're losing so bad. We got to beat out for him, man. My boys got to beat out for him. My boy Nate, my boy Logan, man. How you doing, Logan?
I've been depressed the last 5 years of my life. What's good, Donte?
And here we go. Their podcast called the Triple Threat Podcast. So yes, I got all three of them on. I gotta just have one on. I gotta have all three. And this guy is a Giants fan. He's been depressed as hell this year too. But I'm here for you, Jaden. Don't worry about it. I'm here for you. Coach is here for you. So, hey, my boy Jaden, man. How you doing, Jaden?
Yo, look at his face.
And I got to bring my partner, my guy, in all my collabs with these, Giants fans. We've been beating up. We getting tired of seeing y'all beating up on y'all so much all year long. We've been doing this all year. But I got my boy, my partner in crime, my guy, Vic 3. How you doing, man?
We doing, people. How we doing?
Doing great. We doing great. This is the 11th episode of the Coach's Corner. We're gonna get into some draft. What can we see in the draft? What moves in the off season we all can make. We're gonna get in. We're gonna have some fun on this show, but we gotta start with the goddamn little Giants. Since they on a verge, they lost by 4 games this year. We know you guys had a terrible season. The head coach got fired, which we have. Y'all had a little dividing a little bit who y'all wanted. Joe Judge. Some people wanted Joe Judge. Some people didn't want him out. So again, we get to some of these comments. Cool, was good. How you doing, baby? How you doing? Nate, Jaden, and how y'all guys doing today? So Nate, and then all the Giants fans, y'all can answer this one by one. So what you guys think about your new head coach started with Nate? What are you seeing? What have you heard from him that impressed you so far? Do you feel like he's the correct pick for this job?
I think his experience in the league is really well. He was a Patriots guy. He was with the Patriots for a little bit. He's been everywhere around the league, so that's why I like him too. We need that experience around here, and I think we have to be honest. He made Josh Allen to where he is now with progressions, because there was Josh Allen who was really raw. Now we see Josh Allen just elevate with his experience, and I think some of that has to be coming from Brian Daboll too, because Daboll's been an experienced guy, a guy who's well trusted around the league, and a lot of coaches really respect him around the league. So I definitely think that Brian Daboll is the right man for the job. Just see what happens on the field, because we said the same thing about Joe Judge last year, and look what happened. We went forward 13. So I definitely don't have the expectations that we had this year, but I'm definitely going to say I'm just going to expect a team that at least competes, at least.
Logan, what's your thoughts on your new head coach?
Yeah, man. First of all, I'm so happy that Joe Judge has been fired. The devil is finally gone. But on to Brian Daboll, I really like Daboll. I'm excited to see his offensive philosophy. I do believe that he can develop Daniel Jones into a decent quarterback. Daniel Jones, in my opinion, is not a hair on Josh Allen's nutsack. but I think Daniel Jones can be pretty good if he has the right pieces around him. I like Brian Dable. He's going to establish Barkley, I believe. They're not going to use him. They're not going to overuse him like Pat Shurmur and Joe Judge tried to. They're not going to use him as an every down back. They're going to use him like how they use Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. They use him sparingly so that they can keep their legs fresh. I'm excited to see what they can do to develop Kadarius Toney. But I think Daniel Jones is a 1-year stopgap, and I don't think he's going to be here past this year.
Okay. Jaden, the triple threat, little triple threats. Jaden, what you got up on this, man? How you feel about your head coach?
We could just ignore Lucas' last comment about Daniel Jones. We could just ignore it. Listen. He's gonna be the quarterback, whether people like it or not. Whether y'all hate him, he's the quarterback. We gotta just accept it
for this year.
There's nothing we can do about it. We don't control the team. We don't run it. You know, but what I think about Brian Dable, I like Brian Dable personally. You know, with the Bills, like he helped Josh Allen get weapons on offense. He gave him an offensive line. That's something we haven't had in 5 to 6 years. We never had the offensive line to get the offense going. You know, for defensive wise, I like Wink Martindale with the Ravens because he blitz a lot. That's something the Giants don't do. Because we mostly play zone coverage. That gets me frustrated. But hopefully in a draft coming up, we just need the right players for the right schemes. Yeah.
Yep. And Vic.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because look, for me, I am excited for the Giants. I expect us to get 7 wins, but I want to see it on the field. I don't want to keep talking. Let's see this on the field. Like how players get passionate. Do that on the field. I want to win games. That's something we haven't done in a long time.
I have us winning 3 games.
Vic, what you got on this, man? Give me some thoughts on this.
I think first of all, I need to console Logan right quick. He's really down. Like, we're gonna need a session just to talk you out. Listen, I'm an Eagles fan. I'm gonna talk you through this right quick. I think that move for Dable was a great move. Just like he said, man, it's a good thing that Judge was gone. You can tell he didn't know how to run an organization. You had infighting between the coaches, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Joe Judge is the top guy, and everyone should follow suit. That's not what happened. So, you had to move on from him, but you moved on to a good guy. We talked about Dable and what he did in Buffalo, but when you look at Buffalo, like they built that from the ground up. You got to remember when Sean McDermott got to that team, I think they won maybe 4 games. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
Yeah, they went from 4 games to the next year progressing. I think it was to 9. It was steadily progressing. The same thing with Josh Allen. The first 2 years, it was nothing to be excited about. But once he got into year 3, it clicked. And a lot of that had to do with Dable. And, if they want to keep Daniel Jones, for me as an Eagles fan, I'm happy. I welcome it. But I kind of think that the reason why they're sticking with Jones is because they're looking forward to next season's draft. I think they might have a guy in sight there. A lot of times when they do that, they plan for the future. It might fall through, but at least they have a plan, and that's something that they never had before. You got to credit the movement that they're in. They're in a good direction right now. You talked about the defensive coordinator, Martindale, great defensive coordinator. Did a wonderful job with Baltimore. That team didn't have much talent, but you wouldn't know it. They stuck in there for some games. Yeah, we've seen them get beat at times. A lot of it had to do with the offense. A lot of people don't want to admit that. But, I think the Giants are coming around. Like I said, they're headed in the right direction. It was a great move to get Dable.
Yeah. I really like Wink Martindale because Patrick Graham played a lot of soft zone. Wink Martindale said, we're not going to just sit back and let the offense show us what they got. We're going to show the offense what we got and bring the heat.
Yep. I think Dabo wants an aggressive team through the run. On offense, wants to be aggressive with the run, and on defense, he wants that defensive line and those linebackers to come into play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If someone can send Slay a link to this podcast,
I got it.
Oh yeah,
that's another Giants lover right there.
He's a Lions fan, bro. He's a Lions fan.
Well, he's
put everybody links in the chat, baby. Make sure y'all go sub up to all leagues. They got their own podcast. The Triple Threat, man. My boy Big 3. I will be on this show coming up Saturday, so it'll be fun being on the big ticket, man, with them and stuff. So, Vic, I want to come with you with this question about the Philadelphia Eagles. We were supposed to be in a rebuilding franchise coming up. but instead, we end up making the playoffs. How do you evaluate Jalen Hurts' year? And we know he's going to be the quarterback next year. Is that ankle injury cause from concern due that his legs are a big valuable point to him? And what do you see us doing in the draft? What do you see moves that you see us making in the draft?
I think with Jalen Hurts, I think we're headed in the right direction. I think, throughout the season we've seen, there were some stumbling blocks, but, the thing that I wanted to see throughout the whole season was if there was progression. And that I highly believe that, there was a lot of progression. From the beginning of the season, Jalen wasn't really throwing the ball well. He was holding on. He was running out of the pocket. To the end of the season, he was standing there like a true vet. He stuck in there. He made his progressions. Granted, he still needs things to work on. And again, we're talking about a quarterback that just completed his first full season after only having 4 games before that. So, I think we're headed in the right direction also with Jalen Hurts. Hopefully this offseason, he gets in the work. He works out on a lot of things that he needs to do. That footwork still needs to come into play. His accuracy, reading the defense, progressions. There are little things that he needs to work on. Hopefully he can take care of that in the offseason. Come into OTAs, we understand with that ankle injury, there might be an issue with that. He might not be available. But again, OTA is just basically going a walkthrough on the new plays, the new installations that are done for that year. He knows the playbooks. He knows what's going on. I'm pretty sure he can follow along. He'll be in every training class. He wouldn't miss out except for actually being on the field. We know that's important, but also you have to think that training camp also comes into play. So once when we're at training camp, he'll be ready to go. Hopefully there's no setbacks. For all intents and purposes, he should be ready to go by training camp. And, that's where you want him to get in there and get that work in. You don't want anything to happen in OTAs, God forbid. You never want that to happen. You never want any injuries happening then. So if he's not in OTAs, I understand it. But as long as he's getting mental reps, as long as he's there, through the quarterback meetings and other meetings that he's supposed to attend, I'm fine with that. And, yeah, I don't see the injury being that much of an issue. Again, barring any setbacks. And as for the team, yeah, like I said, I think we're headed in the right direction going into this draft. If we make, stay sound. I think if we stay packed with our first 3 draft picks and have a good draft like we did last season, maybe step it up a little bit, we could have a good team for years to come.
Shout out to everybody, man. That go to those links in the chat, man. That's dropping down. Make sure y'all go subscribe to them guys. And now BPS want to goddamn show up. Now you pick the right time to show up. Give yourself a hand clap, but. Same question to you, BPS, man.
Hey, bro, I've been on this damn podcast for too many damn long. Like, I don't even remember the episode anymore.
Hey, so what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Same question to Vic. What are your thoughts on the season, and what do you see in Jalen Hurts? And the ankle injury, is it cause from concern, man? What is your thoughts on that?
The ankle injury, I'm gonna start off with that one. For me personally, I didn't really think it was at first I didn't think anything of it. I just thought he had a normal ankle injury and he can get through it for a couple of weeks. He just had to, tough it out until the severity of it showed in the playoffs when, they were throwing disguised blitz on him, a lot of exotic blitzes on him, and he couldn't handle it because as a quarterback, whenever you get a blitz and it's a lot of disguised blitzes, your first mind thinking for whatever the hell you do, you're thinking about getting out of the pocket so you have more time to buy yourself some time and then do whatever you want with the ball. Get it to your open guy, whoever has the ball in the check down, just go there. And he didn't have the time to do that because the defensive line, they were storming at him, and then you had another guy coming at him. So that one definitely scared me a little bit. But in the future, I don't think it's gonna worry me too much. I feel like it'll worry me in like a way where whenever he gets older, if he's still the franchise quarterback of this football team, it's gonna really affect him because he's been running and escaping out of the pocket for most of his life. So if he doesn't become a pocket passer and get better in the area of being a better pocket passer, then I don't think he can succeed in this league. But if he can't, I think he'll do wonders in this league. So, yeah. And then you said the Eagles season. What was my thoughts on the Eagles season?
Yeah, what was your thoughts on it? What was your thoughts on the Eagles season this year?
Yeah, my thoughts on the Eagles season this year was, I thought we had a good year for like a team that no one thought was going to even have like barely 4 wins. I thought we were going to have 7 wins this year. I thought we were in that 7-10 range, 8-9 range. Our schedule, for the most part, it wasn't the hardest. Pro football, and I think the NFL themselves said that we had the easiest schedule in the league. So that one was already in itself something that was going good for us. But I just personally feel like this season we showed we couldn't handle a lot of the tougher teams, and we completely looked terrorized by the Bucs.
You got your cheeks clapped by Tom Brady. That's what happened.
Exactly. Yeah, I know Vic wants to say something. Go ahead.
Nah, because I heard him get a little bold about that. But I remember I seen the Giants get beat up and down all season.
Oh yeah.
Breathe a little bit.
Speaking of the Giants, after that spanking that the Eagles gave y'all in the last home game, after that spanking that we did
like
on that. Nate, Logan, Jaden, I want to ask y'all one question, but after that, I'm gonna ask y'all a real actual question. What was the process in your guys' mind when Joe Judge went for a quarterback sneak?
Oh, there you go first. You said me to go first?
I was calling that game with Nate. Yeah,
we did that actually. And the thing that I saw with that, I actually threw something. Actually, like I threw my phone. I definitely threw my pillow. Like and he did it twice. He did it twice.
The first one though, that was understandable. The second one, that was just dumb.
You could have just gave it out to the running back. You don't need a quarterback sneaking. You could have gave it out to the running back. It made no sense.
You honestly still the first one was understandable. What was understandable on a third down?
I'm just because they were the first one. It was like I think it was like 2nd and 10 or 1st and 10. I think it was the second down, and they were like at their own 2 or 1 yard line, so they had to get a couple yards. But that second time, that second one made no sense because you're on a 3rd and 9. You're on the 4 or 3 yard line. You should just throw it or something.
All right, so the next guy I want to bring in is my brother from the Spotlight Sports Network, my Raider brother coming in late.
Oh my!
But my boy Robert, he's depressed because the Sixers lost by 48 and pick the right.
Hey, yo, Donte.
What's good?
Donte.
You say what?
If you think about quarterback sneaking, look, just get a remote, just turn the TV off. That's like what it is.
So
look, I was at work. What happened? I was working.
Go ahead. My bad, JD. Go ahead.
Like I was working, I saw it with a second time the quarterback sneak. I was so heated. I wanted this. I wanted to leave work. I wanted to get fired that day on purpose.
You called me after the game.
I was like, I want to get fired.
So what was the so again the real question actually for the Triple Threat podcast, you guys, the young blue as they call it, much respect to you guys, love you guys to death, man. Shout out to you guys for coming on, especially shout out to Nate because he didn't have to do it, man. He canceled his stream to come on here, so big shout out to you, much love, man. So see these guys up and coming, but the actual real question, what should you guys do on the 5th, 7th pick, because you guys do a lot of mock drafts lately? What do you guys got your eyes on those 5th and 7th picks, or should you trade back one of them? And if after these 3 people go, if the rest of the panel want to answer, you could. You want to respond to that, you could. But what are you guys thinking of the 5th and 7th overall pick?
You want me to go over the whole answer? All right, we need a right tackle, we need a right guard, we need a center. We could need another left guard.
Damn.
And then linebacker and
we're just an offensive line in general.
So you're saying you can get another team? Is that what you're saying?
if you want our third stringers, just ask us and we'll give it to you.
And we can send you Derek Barnett and Andre Dillard. So I mean,
They can play.
And we'll give you Evan Ingram. Thank you very much.
Take the drop.
Wait. Speaking, look, if y'all want wide receivers who could catch, we'll give y'all Darius Slayton.
Yo, is our backup offensive line better?
You said receivers that can catch.
We'll give y'all Darius Slayton.
Well, go ahead, Nate. What was your choice on that?
I'm looking into linebacker because let's be honest, Martinez is probably going to be gone, and I think a guy that me and Logan have been really hyped about is Brandon Smith from Penn State in the later rounds, and we somehow hit that guy. Holy, that dude's speed's sick, and I think honestly we can get him. Aquanu is a guy I'm looking at right now because he could slip to the fifth, but I think he honestly. What Logan has shown me in some highlights, he can compete with Evan Neal for the best tackle in the class. He is something about him that I think the Jaguars may just say he's better than Neal because the thing that he has that Neal doesn't have is run blocking.
Right.
That's the thing that he doesn't have. And the size is Neal's 6. I think he's 6'3".
He's 6'7".
361. Yeah.
Oh, no.
What is size supposed to mean?
I thought he was a lot smaller than that. I don't know.
Evan Neal's 6'7", 350.
Holy crap.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, he is 6'7". Yep, you're right.
All
I thought he was like 6'5" or something.
Yeah.
All right. Logan, who are you looking at on the 5th and 7th pick of the New York Giants? Who are you looking at?
Well, obviously, number one, Akeem Aquanu, just like Nate said. In my opinion, he's the number one tackle in this class. I have Evan Neal at 2 just because of how much of a mauler he is. Charles Cross has the best technique out of any of the tackles. Mm-hmm. I'd be happy with Aquanu or Charles Cross at 5. And then at 7, I really like Jermaine Johnson, the edge rusher from Florida State. Mm-hmm. He absolutely blew up the Senior Bowl. Yeah. And I like, especially in this division, because of how many teams can run the ball elite.
Yeah.
I like George Karlaftis, the edge rusher from Purdue. He's a very good run defender.
I love George Karlaftis.
Go ahead and preach, Nate. Goddamn, with my towel at. I have to cry for that.
He said preach.
Shout out to my guy Douglas. Shout out to Douglas.
Yeah, look, Coach Donte.
Go ahead, Jaden.
I already know what I'm looking at.
Go ahead. Tell me something. What you looking at?
At 5, I'll go with Evan Neal. I think he's the best tackle because it's been reports he's been the best. I don't think it's close. At 7, I'll take Ikem Nwanu. If not, I would trade down. At 10 or 11, I'll get Tyler Linderbaum. That's what I would do. Because with that 7th pick, I could see us trading down that pick. In the 2nd, if we could trade up and get that early pick of the 2nd, I'm looking at Nakobe Dean. That's the player that will set our defense.
He's going top 15.
Yeah, he's going in the first.
Wait, Nate. Nate, we might trade down for Nakobe Dean. You never know in the draft.
I hope we do. I hope we do, but it's not going to happen.
If so, it's a home run.
The trajectory of Evan Neal, I'm hearing a lot of buzz about him too. He can go as high as first in the draft. Jaguars won't take him.
I've personally and Vic probably understands this too because we're like, and Donte and Robert because we're all Eagles fans. Mm-hmm. And since Doug Peterson was our former head coach, the thing with him is he likes those athletic offensive linemen, like those guys that can really freaking move. And have some speed to him, mobility or something. Even though an offensive lineman isn't really supposed to have that, he likes those type of offensive linemen, and that's what Ikem Ekwonu presents to the table. I think that would be the pick for them. I think I could see that. I really think Ikem Ekwonu is going to be a Jacksonville
because that's a good point too. Like you're seeing nowadays, you're seeing these guys linemen who are 6'8", 250 plus pounds, having speed, mobility is like. Excuse me, first of all, and like I said, offensive linemen should not have that. Had that great footwork.
Right, they can run a lot of runs.
That's scary. That's too scary to think about.
Dude, Christian Wirtz ran a 4.7.
Oh my god!
Yo, Donte, it's one player I actually forgot. I forgot Kenyon Green of guard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kenyon Green's another guy I feel like feels going to be a sleeper.
Yeah.
Donte, I like. And I think Logan said it too. I like Ikem Ekwonu just more than Evan Neal. I think Yeah, and I just don't like some of the things that Evan Neal does in this game. Like he doesn't want to get physical whenever the play or is done. Like still, if you see Ike Ekwonu in one highlight video or like actual film, whenever he presents a defender in his way, even after after everything's all said and done and the play's over with, he's still running at you.
And this is my only problem with Ekwonu.
Look, I'll just say this though: once they get to NFL, it all determines who's gonna come out better though.
Yeah, this is my only problem with
I've seen it
Ekwonu.
all.
This is my only problem with Ekwonu. He's only played 1 year at tackle. That's my only problem with him.
Yeah.
He
That's
only
why we
usually
can put him at guard.
So
that's what I mean. I just need to see more out of him. That's what
Here, Donte, can you share this screen real quick? This is some tape on Ekwonu.
What's good, Key? What's good?
Key, how are you doing?
Yeah, this is a baller.
Some good tape, on Ekwonu right there.
Damn.
Push that dude away.
Dude is old, bro.
He just bull rushed him.
Yeah, the thing is he gonna? I'm just wondering. I want him to do this in the NFL though.
That's the draft.
I think
easy. It's easy to bowl out in college. It's easy.
It's not easy because he's never done it.
What's it called? Jaden. He did that to a lot of the players that.
Hey, spotlighting him talking about you. Slay, he said you need to stop coming down. Stop.
Oh my! I got it.
How the game going, Coach?
Here he is.
I got you, Spotlight. I got you.
Wait, Slay,
whenever Spotlight makes a demand, I got you, man. I got you.
Representing Michigan? Okay.
Oh my God.
This is King. This is Ekwonu right here. Most people got Ekwonu and Evan Neal. Basically, Evan Neal can go as high as 1. So
I have some Neal tape if you want me to show you that after this.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Nobody winning right now.
0-0. Nobody winning right now.
You guys see this? You just plotted a guy. Oh my God.
It's not copyrighted. It doesn't have any overlays on it. It's all 22.
With this, you paid for this?
No, I don't pay for it. I downloaded it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The dark web.
I got you.
No, it's on NC State's YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully, it don't get copyrighted, but
Yeah.
It's not. I've used it on live before.
Oh
Damn.
Yeah,
Vic.
Yo, the thing is, Spotlight, the Instagram is blocking my whole face.
I'm gonna go to Vic. So I know we got 3 first-round picks in the first round. So again, give me the 3 picks that you will take in the first round, or do we trade one of them back?
No, I'm not sure. For me, it all depends. Again, the draft depends on who falls down. If anyone good like that can. Like there's a scenario, and again, I'm not saying this would ever happen, but I posed the scenario: say if there's a jump for a certain position, and a player like Hamilton falls down to 10, I would try to do what I can to get up and get him. But if there's nothing like that, no one out of the ordinary that that would fall down, I'm going to stay pat. I'm not moving. I'm taking 15, 16, and 19. I'm trying to build up this defense. Depending again who's there, I'm focused on the defensive lineman, defensive edge. Probably the edge first, because we need them. Second pick was 16. We'll go with the lineman. Again, it doesn't matter because we got back-to-back picks. So then with that, what we have left over is, again, it goes to best available. Hopefully we can get a good safety, maybe even a linebacker. That could help us out. But Devontae Witt, the other kid out of Georgia, Jordan Davis, I think those are good interior linemen. Thibodeau, again, I doubt we have any chance for him. But he's one of the guys that you never know that could fall because of whatever may happen with this quarterback carousel. You never know. We might get another retirement out of Aaron Rodgers, and that changes the whole dynamic on everything.
All right, so another guy.
I thought Robert had a question. I thought Robert wanted to say something.
Hold on, I got you, Robert. But I got to introduce another guy who's representing the Raiders. today, me and my guy had to get up on here. He hit me up on the ground. I hit him up on the ground. Thought about him. A good friend, Mr. Raider Twan in the building. What's good, Mr. Raider Twan?
Hey, I normally
good,
come
Twan?
in. I normally come in and say what's good, fam, but some of you guys ain't Raider Nation, so I can't say fam. I say what's good, y'all.
What's good, Raider
What's
Twan?
good, what's good.
So, Robert, what do you feel? Do you feel like we need to trade a pick, or who would you get?
Well, for me, like, see, with 15 and 16, like 15, I'm taking the Kobe Dean with the 15th overall pick. At least because like either way you can flip flop this 15 or 16. You can go lineman to the 16th or the 15th. So for me, I say go linebacker with the 15th. For me, I say 16th. I'm going to go solid, or let's say if I want to take, I think I'm going to trade the 16th because if Sauce Gardner is going to be in the top 10, like at least try to get him or Kyle Hamilton, because another guy Hamilton I'm really starting to like. But I think. See, that's tough. But Tyler Linderbaum's still there. I mean, I'd rather take a chance on him if he's still on the board. But I mean, maybe you could double down on linebacker and snatch a Devin Lloyd too to kind of help out. And try to find a way to, I don't know. See, the 19th pick is going to be a very interesting one because I do want to at least try to trade it in the top 10, see who's going to be the best on the board. But if not, I'm going to have to stay with Vic, just try to hold back, and also look at free agency. Or actually, if Carl Loftus is still on the board, why not take him with the 19th overall pick? If a lot of teams pass up on him, he's another guy I think that can really help on our defensive edge.
But who's to say we don't double up on defensive end with that?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. Like there's so many possibilities.
You got players like Major Sanders out there out of Cincinnati who played great, big physical kid. I wouldn't mind having him on the team again. If we could double dip on DE. That's great. We got Josh Sweat. We all know he got the contract. And, he played pretty much at the same level he did last season. We want to expect more, but at the same time, we got to have a fallback plan. Because if he can't, we need to have those players who can.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind either.
It's a little problem with that Kyle Hamilton statement that you're going to really have to trade up in the top 5, top 10, top 5. Because Kyle Hamilton is not going to be down there at top 15. He's going to be down in the top 4 area. So you're going to really Aiden Hutchinson and Kyle Hamilton, you're going to have to make a move definitely to go up and get those guys. Those guys would not be available in the top 10 area. So it's going to be some teams that's going to try to go up there and make that move. But we're going to have to give up a lot of stuff if we're going to go up there and make that move. So Slay, what you think on that? What you think about it?
Yeah. For me personally, if Karlaftis is there at 15, that's a no-brainer. You got to take Karlaftis there. This dude's a monster. But if he's not there, let's say he's not there, you either go with Jermaine Johnson or David Ojabo. Because that's the two defensive ends that I've been like really high on, and they're going to be around where we're picking. So that's the two guys I want. And then with the 16th overall pick, I want let me see. We need a linebacker. I can't even front you. We need a linebacker. So Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd, and then with that last and final pick, either trade down, trade up, or take Kyra Elam from Florida, the cornerback.
Okay.
What does anyone think about the defensive end out of Ohio State?
Chris Olave?
Harrison.
Harrison, okay.
Oh yeah, Zach Harrison.
Yeah, like that's what I said. Like I don't think we for defensive end, because of the position that we're in, I don't think we necessarily have to move up because there are so many good defensive ends. Like I said, if we double dip in the first round and get a defensive lineman and 2 ends, that's a pretty good first 3 picks. That's very good. And you think you focus in the second round, maybe on the corner, possibly a linebacker, because we are
not a safety.
Yup, that's another position. That's a very good position. But again, we're all hoping that we're going to get a linebacker in the first or second round. We all know that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like we're all looking at Dean. We're all looking at these players. Let's face it. We all know a linebacker would not be picked in these first 3 rounds.
Yeah. Don't know hype. We got it. Don't know in the chat.
Don't know hype in the chat.
I'm hoping Howie has a relapse, and he thinks of that year where he picked up what's my guy for the 3rd round that we let to the Cardinals go. Hicks.
Jordan Hicks.
Maybe he has a thought that that's a time where that defense looked pretty good with a middle linebacker that knew what he was doing. Granted, he was injured a lot, but the defense moved along well with the middle linebacker that knew what they were doing. I think it'd be a great move to get him in the third, but we all know Howie. He is who he is. It's not going to happen.
Big shout out to my guy Travis Jr. for that $2 dono. Now, Raider Nation, Raiders won. It's a blessing to have you on, bro. Shout out to you. But we all know the situation about what we hearing yesterday about Derek Carr wanting $40 million to pretty much. If anybody else want to elaborate after him, you guys can speak on it. But should you guys pay the $40 million? What would you do if you're the GM right now and you're Josh McDaniel? Would you pay the $40 million or would you get them to take it? How would you address the situation?
So there's multiple ways to go about it. The 40 million, it might seem like a lot to some people, and that's one of the things that the nation is kind of in a split is, does Derek Carr deserve it, or is that just a price way too high? At this current juncture, I think we are, if we would give Derek Carr 40, he would be the fourth highest paid quarterback. And that's before anybody else gets a contract. Now, the reason why I say that is because even with him requesting, or this is all hypotheticals, right? So with the hypotheticals, we don't know if this, really going down. Now, if he does say, if it really comes down to the 40, he'd be the fourth highest paid. But again, when it comes to cap, if a quarterback wants a new contract, he usually resets the market for the price of a quarterback. So right now, the highest paid quarterback is Mahomes at 45. Now, I'm not saying that the next starting quarterback is going to get 45 because, again, you might factor in the accolades that, Mahomes has accrued. But I see it as personally, and I can't speak for the entire Raider Nation, but I feel like Derek Carr actually deserves to get the 40. You know what I'm saying? Because I just believe that, again, after the after the market is going to reset when these quarterbacks start signing their new contracts, probably the next quarterback might even get 47 or whatever the situation may be. Derek Carr still would be coming under a good deal. Factoring, with that being said, he's already signed to a $19 million contract. His first contract hasn't finished. So this year he's going to get paid the 19, which is come on now, that's a deal for some people that consider Derek Carr to be a top 10 quarterback or a top 15 quarterback, to be only paying him $19 million for a year. That's a great deal. Now, when it hits the 40, which is next year, then like I said, it's still a discount. This is not new for Derek Carr. He's tried to do this before, and unfortunately the organization failed him. When we had the whole, and I know you guys know this, the whole issue with Khalil Mack, with, releasing him and trading him and all of that, right? So behind the scenes, Derek Carr, and this was actually in reports, in an interview that he did, he said that he and Gabe Jackson, which was one of our top linemen, they all kind of got their deals at a certain time and at a certain dollar to make room for Khalil Mack. And the organization, after they did all that maneuvering, kind of screwed him. So my take on it, and this is what I've been saying to the Raider Nation, is this: if you screwed me out of my money one time already, don't you think the next time that money comes around, I'm going to try to get my money? Just be honest. Think about if you were in that situation. You went for the homie discount, and they screwed you over and didn't get what you wanted, and then now the opportunity comes again where they're going to have to give you some money, then you hit them for what you want. He can always restructure after, or you know what I'm saying, make maneuvers after he signs the contract. But until then, he can get his money.
Yep.
And that's just how I feel. That's how I feel about it.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Raider Twan. So we're gonna flip it back to the little Giants right here. We're gonna flip it back. Now, the loss of Patrick Graham, you did lose Patrick Graham to this man right here, Raider Twan Raiders. You did lose Patrick Graham. Nate, how much of an impact or how much you're going to miss Patrick Graham, and how you guys feel about your defensive coordinator now? Is it a possibility he can be better than Patrick Graham this season? What you guys are expecting out of the defensive coordinator?
I'm not going to say this season because it's a new defensive coordinator and he probably wants his guy. So I think it'll take him like another next season. We'll probably see better defense. But I think this year with what Martindale is, he's a really good coach. I think Martindale's a great hire for us because we've been saying this. Bradbury got cooked because of zone. Odori got cooked because of zone because we were playing 10 yards off the line. It was crazy the way we're playing off the line, and that's why I think we lost so many games is because the only thing to do versus the Giants even just do a slant route and you'll probably score a touchdown. So we don't have the explosive corners that we need in zone. And I think that's what was the problem with the Giants is we didn't get the players that fit Graham's system. So I think the Raiders, they got a great coach. I think the Raiders are probably going to be really happy with this guy because he is a really smart coach. He should have got a head coaching job. I cannot believe the Vikings wasted that man's time. A 9-hour interview and he still didn't get the job. That's unbelievable to me because I think he's a qualified head coach now because he was in Miami as their defense coordinator for a while. Then he came to us and now he's with the Raiders. So best of luck to him. I think he made that 2020 defense look amazing because of his scheme. Because we had the players to fit his system that everyone just left. So I think the defense that we had this year was not – I think they didn't fit the most potential because we got injured. Injuries were definitely a big part of that too. But the Raiders – I'm just going to say this. The Raiders got a great hire. They got an amazing hire, and best of luck to Patrick Graham.
Logan, how you feel about that, Logan? Same question.
Patrick Graham had his moment in 2020. Like Nate said, a lot of guys left, like Dalvin Tomlinson, Isaac Yiadom, a few other DBs that fit his scheme. And then this year, in the beginning of the season, we were just getting cooked left and right because, once again, Nate said we were playing 10 to 15 yards off the ball, so they would just go underneath every single time. Players kept missing tackles. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely excited for Don Martindale or Wink Martindale, whatever you want to call him now, because we're actually going to bring the heat and not just sit back and watch the offense do what they got to do. You can obviously do zone when you have the right players, but it just didn't work in Patrick Graham's scheme. I think the Raiders, in their scheme, it's going to work, but it just didn't work for the Giants.
Jaden,
basically, Patrick Graham just pulled the Kevin Durant move. If you can't beat him, join them. If you can't beat the Raiders, join the Raiders.
We beat the Raiders this year, though.
No,
we did beat the Raiders.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, we did beat the Raiders.
Yeah, the Giants did beat the Raiders.
Yeah, because it's called Xavier McKinney. That's all we have to say. But I like when Martindale better. He blitzes a lot with the Baltimore Ravens. I know Baltimore didn't have to look. Baltimore was actually hurt all year. They had a lot of players out for the season due to the turf at practice with the torn ACLs, the knee injuries. That was killing Baltimore. If they would have been healthy, I think Baltimore is top 5 in defense. My personal opinion. But with the Giants, I just hope we a top 8, top 7 defense next season. I expect us to be like in the top 15 around there. Because I don't think we're going to be at that level just yet. Because I want to see it on the field. Because we still need to see some progress. That's the one thing we're not getting right now. But I just hope everything turns around. It's not going to happen in 1 year. It's not going to happen the next day. It takes time. You know, you got to give players time to develop and all that.
Yeah, good point. So, Vic, and the Eagles, we're gonna turn it over to you guys. We all know we thought Jonathan Gannon was coming to Houston, which is, I wouldn't care, but thank God he ain't over here. I think thank God we got Lovie Smith. But now, what improvements we all need to see in Jonathan Gannon, and what more did we need to see out of Nick Sirianni to build this franchise? Even we not all go right now. We got to the playoffs. Now next year we're gonna basically be picked to go past the first round. And we can't get to the playoffs. That would be a huge disappointment. Expect that everybody was, saying that we were young team. We were a young team, but we were going to get 4 wins. So what other jump do we got to make to get to that next level? We already taste playoff success, but what's going to bring us over the top to get to that next level, my guy Vic?
Well, first, let me just say to Jack East to be, general manager of the Houston Texans, you son of a bitch. You should have taken Gannon. He was, congratulations to Lovie Smith. I like the hire that they did get because I think Lovie is a coach that deserves that
deserved for the Texans.
Yeah, but I think, they should have taken Gannon off our hands. It would have helped us out immensely. I was a guy who was a big proponent of having Mike Zimmer come through, head coaching experience. Great defensive coordinator, would have led this team a heck of a lot better than what Gannon can do. But as for Gannon going forward, I think he needs to, everyone knows, he needs to get more aggressive. Gannon's approach is better late than sorry, or, better safe than sorry, I should say. But that's the thing, you're always sorry because we're getting beat every time off the rip, with our linebacking core. We know it was a weak position on our defense, but he did nothing to try to bolster it. He just tried to move the pieces around to see who can play as best, fill in the position as best they could. But, we seen the emergence of Taylor as much as we could, and he got injured. We did have our other guy who I'm escaping right now to Temple. He just got re-signed.
Bradley?
Yeah, Bradley. But we all know Bradley has not that much speed. Bradley has a lot of limitations. So I don't see him being the starter for the future. So that, that there's a lot on Gannon coming into this season. He, out of every other coach on this team, has the most to show. Because from week 1 to the end of the season, there was no progression out of him.
Mm-mm.
The same things he did in week 1 were the same things he was doing in week 17. We saw in that little short gap between week 15 and week 16, they played a little better after Fletcher Cox got into his ear. But that was it afterwards. And I don't think it was so much what he did. I think it was more of what our offense was doing at the time that kept us up. So, Gannon, like I said, has the most to improve. I have no faith in him whatsoever. He's the biggest question mark on our team. That defense is the biggest question mark on our team.
Re-sign Barnett.
No. Hell to the no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, listen.
We can send him to the Giants for all I care.
I'm pretty sure they'll take him in a heartbeat because the Giants have so many holes. I heard someone say top 10. They are not yet. Pause. I'm sorry. They are not going to be in the top 10 whatsoever. They have a blanket defense right now. They got backfield, but we'll see what they can do out of it. The front four, horrible. They got Weaver. I'll give them that. But other than that, nothing else. But for us, I have no faith in Gannon. It's a big question mark. It's a mystery for me.
Oh my goodness, Rob.
I feel so happy that the Raiders got their guy. I know the Giants got Martindale. They are in a better position defensively, even with new guys on their team, than we are with our second-year coach.
Hey, man.
Yo, Donte, I got to dip out, but it's been nice talking to you guys.
All right, man.
I love it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Coach, I'm going to have to head out, too. I got a prior engagement with Lindy.
All right, man. Appreciate you for being on.
Hey, man, appreciate for coming through. And listen, Saturday, check out Coach Donte. He'll be on the big ticket.
Yes, sir. I will be on the big ticket. So, Robert, what you think, man?
I mean, and like Vic said, Gannon is a big question mark, but obviously with week 15, between week 15 and 16, he has shown flashes of playing the defense and playing great. Obviously, these prevent schemes, they're not, obviously that didn't show that was not working. Because at this point, he needs to start learning how to do cover one and some of these hybrid, some of these hybrid coverages. Granted, he didn't have the best to work with at the time. So I mean, I kind of give him a little bit of a pass from that, but I think his play calling needs to be a whole lot better. Instead of just having to, rely on that prevent scheme, at least try to blitz a lot more, because I think Twan can attest to this too, because we were us and the Raiders, we were like the lowest. I think blitz average in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, and like the bottom of the fish barrel, basically. But other than that, I mean, try to get some better defense. Try to just have better play calling. If he can do that, I think he should just be just fine.
All right, Slay. What's the next step for the Eagles, man? What's the next step? How you feel about Jonathan Gannon returning to this team?
Yeah. I personally just feel like the next step for this team is to, keep on building for the future. Because this year, let's put it this way: we played a lot of teams that weren't the best, so we had a lot of good wins, but a lot of I don't want to say easy wins because no win in this league is easy, but a lot of wins that we probably should have won before the season started. But yeah, man, I personally just feel like in the future you have to keep on building, and we're still a young team, so we're trying to keep on moving while still filling the holes of this team. So that's how I'm feeling with the future of this team. And for Gannon, I just personally want to see some development from him in terms of like his exotic blitzes, what are some of the things that he does in his schemes. I think there's a lot of missing holes in the schemes. In terms of just like the players that he has, I think that's a negative for him because he doesn't have a lot of players that can work well in his scheme, as a lot of the Giants fans pointed out with Patrick Graham. So it's kind of like that situation. And, he wasn't the head coach of this football team, so he didn't get any of the guys that he wanted. A couple of guys like Milton Williams he got, and Milton Williams had a good season this year, and he was our third round pick this year. He played good football, so I personally feel like if you get some players in there that he likes and he promises like that Howie, has like controllability to give him like, something there for him to work with. I think we can do a lot with this defense, but it just takes time for this defense to grow.
All right, Raider Twan, my God, you got a question in the comment section right here. But now that you see your team made the playoffs, got a couple of great wins later in the season, which was pretty big. The Colts when they were on a hot stretch. Now you got Josh McDaniel, you got Patrick Graham, who's a great defensive coordinator. What jumps and what moves do you want to see these Raiders make in the off season? What do you expect from this coaching staff and this front office to bring you in the draft? What would you want in the draft in this off season? What is the next step for this Las Vegas Raiders team?
I'm gonna sound. I might sound pathetic, but this is really what I'm gonna say. I want them to draft people that we actually know. And the reason why I say that is because for the past couple of years, every our first round guys, we didn't know who they were. We didn't know who Leatherwood was. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know. It was like, why are we picking this guy here? You know what I'm saying? Where there's these top guys. You know what I'm saying? It'll be. We're hopeful and optimistic with this new regime that we have, that we'll actually, when Kuiper comes out and all those other guys come out with their top, players or whatever, that we're actually going to get one in the first round. So we're that's what I'm expecting. I feel like, and we've all watched, we watched our teams, but we also watched, the NFL, and you guys saw all the hell that the Raider organization went through this entire season. And for that to be, for a team to still buckle down and be resilient and still make it to the playoffs in one of the, and let's mind you, this is one of the top divisions in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You have Mahomes and the Chiefs. You have Herbert and the, you know what I'm saying, and the Chargers. You know what I'm saying? You have the Broncos that are literally a quarterback away from being a complete team. It's tough. So for them to get into the playoffs, my expectations is for them to get back to the playoffs and to win a playoff game. And I think with the coaching regime, with the defensive coach that we have, thank you, Giants. We definitely upgraded. Gus Bradley ran one pretty much one defensive play the whole season, and you know there wasn't even an option for a blitz because he didn't blitz at all. So you know if we can get some of those things going with our new coaching, and like I said, the with Ziegler, you know, from the Patriots and Daniels already knowing, you know, having that closeness together, that chemistry, you know what I'm saying? I call it getting groceries, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, hopefully they can get some good groceries and build this team. We're probably going to go defense, strong defense, because we need that. And again, we want to set up, you know, Graham, you know, with the groceries that he needs, you know, for success, obviously. And this is an assumption, but I say obviously he came over to us because there was pieces already there that he already liked. You know, so that I think that's another thing that, you know, he's probably already said I can work with some of these guys or a good majority of these guys, and I just need one or two players, and that might really be his defense. So we'll see. We'll definitely see.
Yep, Nate. So again, man, I heard like when I was on y'all podcast, you and Jay and Logan talking about you know, y'all will let some players go or cut some players. What changes you need on this defense? Y'all need to put together on this defense to make this defense more successful. And on this offense, I know Kenny Galladay didn't have a great year. I don't think none of y'all receivers have a touchdown all year long. If I'm not mistaken, look, yeah, that's how I know.
I think Thomas is the only offensive lineman has a touchdown.
Yeah,
So,
Donte
yeah.
Pettis had a touchdown.
All right,
y'all wanna know what?
No, I'm saying not.
You said what?
I'm not leaving.
Donte
Pettis had a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Donte, I'm gonna pop out, but yeah, it was a pleasure to be on because I got the Sixers game tonight at 8:30 against the Bucks.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I was hoping to see you guys. Hopefully on the post game show in the chat after the Sixers.
I might pop in with you until I do my game. I might pop in with you until I do my game.
Yeah,
go ahead, Nate. Go ahead, Jaden. Go ahead.
Yo, Thomas has more touchdowns than Galladay. That's pathetic.
So, Jaden, go ahead. Either one of y'all, it doesn't matter.
I'll tell you how. All right, yeah, go ahead, Nate.
So players that I would keep, I'll just go player. I'll go keep, release, and then trade.
Go ahead.
So keep. I'm going to be honest. Basically, everyone's like Nate Solder, who's already gone, and I want Skura gone, Price gone. Lemieux can go. I don't like him at all.
Guess what? I'm gonna tell you who else can go. Matt Peart, he could go too.
Yeah. Basically, the whole offensive line can go. Besides Thomas.
Andrew Thomas.
And Thomas.
Guess what? Wait. I might keep Nick Gates though. I might keep.
Yeah, Gates is gonna stay because he already has a 2-year deal. And then I'll keep Thomas. I'll keep basically everyone on the roster besides the offensive line maybe brought from trades or free agency. They can all go.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, Donte, I can't wait till we get to the wide receivers
and then
tight ends.
Then the guys, I'll actually let Bradbury get released and I'll let Martinez get released. I'll let both of the guys go because Shane said he wants $40 million to get freed up. And the easiest way you can do it is just cut Martinez, cut Bradbury, and already cut Solder. There's already $20 million saved up right there.
Wait, Shane? Who's Shane Lemieux?
No, he wants to save up $40 million in cap. Ooh. So we can get that easily. We just cut Martinez and Bradbury. That's basically how we're going to get the money. And I think we could restructure some guys. I know Leonard Williams will probably restructure. He's a giant. I think he honestly wants to stay here. He can restructure. God, he needs to restructure his goddamn contract. God damn, that guy got paid. I don't know how the hell we paid this dude $18 million for no touchdowns, man. Get this dude's contract restructured. How the hell does a guy with no touchdowns gets $18 million for literally sitting there on the bench and sitting on his ankle. What?
Hey, Nate. I'm gonna tell you on offense. I'll tell you who we need to cut or get rid of: Evan Ingram, Kyle Rudolph. I would keep John Ross. I would get rid of Stanley Shepard.
Yes.
I would get rid of the whole offensive line, but keep Andrew Thomas.
Just keep Thomas.
I would keep Kaden Smith for defense.
I like Smith.
Yeah, for defense, I would keep Blake Martinez. I would cut James Bradbury. I would cut who's another play I'll cut O'Shane.
Yeah, I'll cut
O'Shane. I'm cutting O'Shane. I might keep Lorenzo Carter. I was this close from dropping him. But
I'm dropping him.
You could keep Authority Jackson.
We're gonna keep Jackson because his contract is too much. We got to.
Wait, I'm trying to think. Who else can we cut on defense? I said O'Shane.
Well, Ryan. Let's get Ryan off that team. Ryan.
Yeah, we could cut Logan Ryan. I can keep Austin Johnson.
I like Austin Johnson.
But I would say what really hurt our D line. I would say what really hurt. What basically shifted momentum. When we got rid of Dalvin Thompson and BJ Hill, that's where it started. When we got rid of them two, that's when I knew it's gonna be an issue.
The add what Jaden said too. It's just because this is why I think Jaden's right. I honestly think we should have just let Leonard walk. And this is why I'm gonna say this.
I've been trying to tell people. No one listens to me.
I told people this too. The reason why we suck this year on run stopping is obviously because of Dalvin Tomlinson. There's no way in hell we went, because this is why I say this too. Leonard Williams is not a nose tackle. He's a fucking left end. He literally played out of position the whole year until he finally realized he's not a goddamn nose tackle.
Listen. Getting rid of BJ Hill for Shane Lemieux really hurt.
I'll
look back at it.
God damn it.
Wait for Billy Price. I don't like.
We traded for Billy Price for BJ Hill.
Yeah, I'll cut Billy Price for cheap for $2 million.
I'll cut him now. I want to get off the team now.
Guess what? For the new coach, I hope he does the right things. Get rid of a lot of players.
God damn.
Yep. So, Slay, offense, who would you cut and keep in defense?
I'm gonna tell you who y'all keeping. Y'all keeping that one receiver that's been Jalen Reagor. He's been your best receiver the whole year. Y'all better keep him.
Nah, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, another thing. A lot of people don't like this one. Some Giants fans don't like it. I'm cutting Darius Slayton. I do not care. Get rid of Darius Slayton. I've been trying to prove my point. I think I've been right. I think I've been right. Yo, Nate, I've been right the whole time. I just don't get the credit when I'm right.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm in offense. I'm 1,000% getting a Reagor. I'm sorry, bro. I've seen a lot of people say,
keep him.
Yes, keep him. Keep him. You know why?
Keep him, please.
Y'all had Justin Jefferson on the board.
I've seen a lot of people say that he's gonna have a good year next year. I don't see that happening because I feel like he just doesn't he can't be good in Philadelphia. I think personally, if he went to another team that fit his style of play, he would be a lot better. And Philadelphia. He was
dropping passes all season. What you mean style? He's been dropping passes the whole year.
Yo, Jaden, if y'all want him, y'all can have him, Jaden.
No, we don't want him.
No, I don't want another Evan Ingram or Darius Slayton. No, thank you.
No, but man, personally, it takes a lot to play in the city of Philadelphia. You have to have a lot of charisma and bravery, man.
That's why
imagine playing for the Giants.
True. But Philadelphia is no place for no.
New York, you play for the Knicks, you suck, you're dead. You play for the Yankees.
No. Hey, yo, Nate. Nobody wants to play for Philly because of the fan base. I think Philly has the worst fan base. Listen, you can have one bad game. Next thing you know, you're getting death threats. They need to chill.
Right. I mean, that's true. But our fans are just so passionate of the game of football. Sometimes we do a lot of crazy things. But I I just feel like personally it takes a lot to play in the city of Philadelphia. And Rager doesn't have that. He needs more confidence in himself. And then once he has that, I think he should go to another team. Like Carson Wentz, he could not play in the city of Philadelphia. And he's not a good quarterback. So
Great for
I
him.
just felt like it was good for him to go to another team.
Yo, Slay, get him back.
No.
Get him back, bro. We'll happily. The Colts will happily trade with you guys.
No,
I'm gonna tell you who y'all can keep. Keep Watkins, y'all. Out the wide receiver.
Yeah,
Watkins is good.
Watkins is good.
I'm gonna tell you why he was good. He dropped the pass against the Giants. That's why you
No,
keep.
he didn't. Watkins didn't drop no damn pass against the Giants. He only had one drop this entire year. That was against the Broncos, which he should have caught it. By the way, that would have been his.
Jay, you're talking about Rager. Rager dropped the ball.
All right, go ahead, Slay, so we can get moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because look,
Rager.
Donte, y'all not slick early. What y'all said about the second game, y'all beat us. Don't forget, Hurst threw 3 picks against the Giants.
Oh man,
yeah, I think
Rager. I'm gonna get rid of Rager. I'm gonna get rid of Rager, Arcega-Whiteside. That dude. Oh my god. And then I'm getting rid of Andre Dillard. I don't think he deserves to be in Philadelphia anymore. He's a first round pick that I think he should go to another team. If he's another one.
I don't.
And then let me see. Damn, there's not.
Are you gonna say Barrett? Are you gonna Bennett? Whatever the hell his name is.
Hey, I have a question for Philly fans. What was that we got rid of Zach Ertz just like that? Hey, y'all did him dirty.
Yeah, that's probably the only players I would get rid of. Arcega-Whiteside, Dillard. The rest of the offensive line. Let me see. The tackle position.
Lane Thomas right here, bro. Lane Johnson right here.
Lane Johnson is good.
How about y'all cut Darius Slay and let him go to the Giants?
No.
Defensively,
Barnett. I don't want to keep him. I think he has that tenacity, but he's just a little too. He is a player that he's a little too fast to get to the ball too quick. He's not calm. Someone needs to calm him down before he can be like really patient. Something a lot of young players don't have on defense because they think about attacking the quarterback, which you obviously should do as a defensive end, but you have to be patient sometimes because sometimes the quarterback might come to you. You don't even know it. That's one thing. Barnett, I would get rid of him. Number 2, I would probably get rid of Alex Singleton. I don't know what the state of Philadelphia is for him anymore. And then cornerback, Steven Nelson gotta go. Anthony Harris gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm tired of these old veterans on his team. Yo, I love them to death. They were on our Super Bowl team, but I don't no disrespect to any old person on the Eagles, but damn, bro, I'm trying to go young, my guys. I will get rid of as I said, Anthony Harris.
You're talking about Kelsey?
Steven Nelson. Nah, Kelsey, he's staying.
That's an old person. Why are you dissing him for?
I would get rid of who else? Maybe Rodney McLeod. I like him. I love Rodney McLeod, but I could see us getting rid of him. And that's probably the only players I'll get rid of. I don't think that's too many players.
Yep. So we got Raider Twan. He had a view as a GM who, knowing your free agents this year, who are you getting rid of and who are you keeping?
Actually, we're in a really good situation because a lot of the players that we would get rid of, they're they're free agents. So it's kind of we can really let go of some people and not really have to make too many crazy moves. I know that like we sniped from the Giants in coaching, we might snipe from the Giants in free agency. There's some guys that we want from over there. Jonathan Hankins has been he's not our nose because we run a 3-4, but he's pretty much our run stuff and defensive tackle. It's probably he's a free agent, and I think his time is up. I think we can also go cheaper there. By going in the draft, we can probably get one of the top D tackles, whether it's Jordan Davis, whether it's Wyatt, or
Leo, the Marvel,
or the guy out of Connecticut. I always forget his name.
He had a good Senior Bowl too. Yeah, I know. His
Yeah,
name
a lot
Jones.
of
I know
nose.
his last name Jones.
Yeah, a lot of good defensive tackles in this draft. A lot.
Yeah, so we may possibly go younger there. The defensive tackles that we did have on our team, they were on 1-year contracts. So we possibly might re-sign one of them, but it's really they're all gone. Casey Hayward, he's probably going to go find it, go to where his dad is, with the Colts. Gus Bradley, because that he fits that system. You know what I'm saying? It works for him, and especially at his age. I don't think he's that type of player that can, play multiple, schemes of defense. You know what I'm saying? He has to kind of stick to what he's good at. And of course, Gus Bradley runs that same old. So I think that might be where Casey Hayward goes. We're going to be looking for a corner, that number one corner, whether in free agency or, in the draft. But yeah, there's not too many, players to say let go of. They're already pretty much walking out the door. And, with this new regime, they might let them hang around for a little bit just to see where they are. You know what I'm saying? To just test to see if, they'll fit, but most of them are walking out.
Yeah. So, Jaden and Nate, last question before we end the show. I'm gonna ask everybody the last question before we end the show. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat that been on the show. Got a game to do tonight, so not trying to take up everybody.
Yep, I'm gonna be in tune for that for sure.
Oh my good, you. Yeah. So here we go. Your final thoughts on this season of the Giants, and again, I know it was a rough season for you guys, man. And do you see this? What do this organization have to do to get you guys back into that playoff contention again? Or is it gonna take you? Do you guys see a playoff berth this year, or you guys see it in the next couple of years? How long it will take this organization to get back to where they need to be?
I'm gonna be honest. It'll probably take us realistically 2 years, because I think give us 2 years just to build the team around what Dable wants. And I honestly think the Giants in general are in a spot where, honestly, Joe Shane's like, these are not my guys. I didn't draft anyone here, so I think everyone's probably on the table right now. Even what people say about Jones, he could be on the table.
Yep.
Let's be real. If Joe Shane really doesn't, if he says this to Dable, they listen, I don't think this guy's the future. 2023 is probably when we're going to draft a quarterback. And if we draft a quarterback in 2023, Caleb Williams is my guy. He's the guy I want so bad. And I think he fits his Dable offense perfectly. But I'm just going to say this to just end this. Fuck Joe Judge.
Oh, there we go. Jaden.
Yo.
But what's the how many years is going to take the Giants to get back in that playoff contention? And what do you expect the Giants to look like coming into this year during free agency? What you guys do in free agency? I guess most of those questions will be answered after free agency in the draft. But what do you expect, man? What do you expect, and how long is it going to take you guys?
I give us 2 to 3 years. And for the draft, I expect us to build the offensive line. I'm not a fan of getting offensive line and free agency. I've never been a fan of it for us. Every time we get somebody in free agency, it never works out for the New York Giants. It never works for us. I personally don't like it. I think we need to think outside and go outside the box and build the team the right way. You build your team through the draft. People tend to forget that. And that's why for me, the coming up season, I expect us to win like 7 games, the most I'll say 9. I don't expect us to be a playoff team right away. You know, it's gonna take a process. That's why I really hope, because I like the future we got in front of us. I like the way we're going. We're headed in the right direction. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Sub to everyone's channels. Listen,
there we go.
Wait, Raider, do you have a channel?
Yeah, Raider Twan does have a channel. Yep.
All right, yeah. Sub up to everybody. Sub to Nate, the Giants fan. Donte, the Texas fan. He calls himself a Philly fan. I don't believe that. He's a Texas fan.
I'm more, trust me, I spend more time with the Texans. So it's like.
Yeah, so sub to the Raiders fan. Sub to the Lions fan down here. Sub up to everybody.
I'm not no damn Lions fan. Just because my name says Big Play, so I don't mean I'm a Lions fan. But yeah.
So Slay, we already tasted playoff success. Something the Giants haven't done right now. But other than that, what is the next key? What is the next step for us getting past the first round? What are the moves that we do really need to make to get past that first round level?
Yeah, man. I just personally, last year, what I wanted to see from this team was if we can legitimately beat one playoff team, and we didn't do that this year. We beat a lot of bad cupcake teams. I'm gonna just put it that way. We beat Washington. They weren't that good. We beat the Giants. They had one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Terrible quarterback play. Just bad receivers in general. Their defense played good against us. I'll give them that. But their offense was just terrible against us. So it made the defense look worse than what it was. But the defense was out there competing and trying their hardest to do something. Patrick Graham had those boys try to tough it out, but they still couldn't do it because they were just tired of that offensive play. But for me personally, I just feel like in this season we have to be good teams. And we have the Cardinals this year. We have the Colts this year. We have the Packers. And I want to say there's another good team that was over 500 that we play this year. Now, these are just some of the good teams that we play. The Cardinals, I already mentioned. The Colts.
I know y'all play the Titans.
The Titans. Yep, we play the Titans as well. I think we play the entire AFC.
Y'all play we play the entire NFC East, yo. So
NFC East, yep. So I personally feel like, just for me personally, I want to see just some wins against good teams. That's it. We got smoked by the Raiders. We got smoked by the Bucks. We got smoked by every good team we played this year. We just couldn't match up.
Yep.
So
I agree.
That's what I want to see.
Definitely. So Raider Twan, same question, man. Y'all went to the playoffs. Now, I came on the stream before and said you guys taste playoff success, even though it was a tough loss against the Cincinnati Bengals by one possession. Now you got the head coach. Some just still disagree with Josh McDaniel. Some still disagree with him being a head coach. A lot of people don't feel like he should still be a head coach in this league. But what is the next step for the Las Vegas Raiders to get back to that point and winning a playoff game?
I think they're going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Josh McDaniels. A lot of the critics that are on the negative part of him is, they're trying to hold him for something that he's done 10, 11 years ago. But moving forward, I think with the Raiders, they just need to draft better. If they could draft a little better, you know what I'm saying, and fill fill these positions of need, and solidify even some of our backup situations, I think we will actually be back into the playoffs. I think we're already a playoff team with the players that we already have on our roster, but it's one of those ones, it's like on the fence, right? So my hope is that they can build through the draft, maybe a couple of free agents, you know what I'm saying? Just a few guys that maybe they really, really like, but build through the draft so that we can be a consistent playoff team. And again, everybody knows, when you get to the playoffs, you start 0-0. It starts all over again. So, just getting to the dance is it consistently is our goal, and hopefully we can get that within this coming season or next season. And the reason why I say it might be necessarily next season is with a new defense, you kind of allow them a year to gel and solidify themselves, and then the second year they should be running full force. Our offense is going to be our offense. Derek Carr is a very solid quarterback in this league. I think last year was a little hiccup in our offense because our offense was known to be high powered offense. So yeah, I expect playoffs and consistent playoffs moving forward.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
agree. Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think the Raiders, they're in a good position because they got a new head coach who's about discipline, Josh McDaniels. He's an offensive-minded guy. Josh McDaniels, he's been in this league for, quite a minute. I mean, he was the offensive coordinator for Bill Belichick for several years. He already knows what he can expect from a team. A lot of people say he didn't, he wasn't a good head coach of the Broncos, and that obviously was because of his age. He was young at the time. Sometimes you're not going to be a good head coach at a certain age because you've never seen some of the schemes and stuff. You've never coached a lot of these, grown men in this league. And that's the situation and the outcome that it played out for him in Denver. But now he gets his opportunity with the Raiders. He had the misfill with the Colts, but that's on the Colts. That wasn't on him. They promised him that Andrew Luck would be the quarterback. He didn't get that, so he wasn't taking that job. This is a perfect situation. The Raiders, they need a defensive tackle. You could get Jordan Davis, DeMarvin Leal, maybe Devontae Wyatt, the dude from Georgia. All of these guys are good players and definitely can fit that Raiders defense, Patrick Graham's defense. And then, you might be missing one cornerback, and then I think they just need a couple more receivers. That team can be a really good team in the next couple of years. And the Raiders might start to get into that contending stage sooner rather than later and surprise a lot of teams.
Yeah, man, definitely agree with y'all. And that is the end of the Coach's Corner right there, man. Shout out to all of these men right here, man. You got my boy Jaden, my boy Nate, and my boy Logan, who's a part of the Triple Threat Giants Young Blue podcast. Go check them out. They are fun over there, even though they're depressed, and Nate even more about what happened last night. And my boy,
Donte.
What?
Oh yeah, tomorrow the podcast is on Nate's channel.
Okay,
and we'll be there.
Yeah, it's on my boy Nate's channel, so I will be in attendance, and y'all go check that man out. My boy Big Play Slay, one of the coolest guys, man. He's depressed, even though the Lakers got to win. They still up on the 500, but
yeah,
hey,
still
man, he's still he'll come out with a rage every now and then, but it's fun when you let that brother grow so fast. And my guy Raider Twan representing the Las Vegas Raiders today. So shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Comment, like, and subscribe. Tell your loved ones you love them, man. You never know when it's their last day on earth, man. So peace out, man. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we out of here, Coach.
Peace.